Hello my lovelies, and welcome to another video of EGP Aesthetics with me, Eli Pavlova. In this YouTube channel, actually this year, this is my first video filming properly and editing properly, and I've been planning for this year actually to share so many things on this YouTube channel, and I've been aiming to do that specific video for quite a long time. It has been exactly 1 year, actually exactly 11 months, since I went to my dreamiest destination, Japan, and I've been aiming to make a video of my recommendations of the products that I've tested when I was there. So here I am talking about that, and also for some other important topics that I want to discuss and share with you. As I said, it has been exactly 1 year since I went to one of the dreamiest destinations, Japan. And when I say dream, I really mean it. Japan has been in my mind since childhood. I cannot even explain why properly. It has always stayed there as the country I wanted to visit one day, the ultimate destination. And honestly, I was not disappointed at all. I managed to, for all 12 days I was there, managed to travel around. Obviously I couldn't explore that much for 12 days, but I think we've made the most of it. So I went to Tokyo, I went to Hakone, I went to Kyoto, and then Ozawa for skiing for 2 days, actually for a day and a half. And then back to Tokyo. I've been aiming also to go to Osaka and other parts, but since we love Japan so much, I want to leave to another time when we go, and I definitely want to go. This time we were just me and my husband, but next time we definitely want to bring the kids, and also I want to bring my mom. I'm pretty sure she'll be very impressed of the country. And I have done a thorough research before we went there, with the help of my husband this time. Normally he doesn't help for choosing where we should go. Mostly I'll do the plan. We have a similar taste, so it's never disappointing for him, because we like the same things. But I think because we've both been so excited about going there, I think we've all put together a lot of effort to combine the things that we want to see as a first-time visit. And I'm really glad that we've done it, and the research we've done, and also the amount of recommendations we have taken from clients that they've been there. Clients that I've taken recommendations from clients that they have very similar taste to mine. So that was very good actually. And on the top of that, we've done our own research, and I think we've done great. If you want me to make a separate video where I will talk about places, some recommendation, what mistakes we've done, and what I can avoid next time, please let me know, because it's going to be a very interesting topic for me to discuss, and I'll be glad if you really want me to give a recommendations on that. What was my first impression? Seeing through the flash, that was the first thing, because we landed in Tokyo, from London to Tokyo. There are so many things to learn from Japan, so many things. On the surface, I'm talking about Tokyo, it can look very flashy, I would say even bold, bright lights, movement, energy everywhere, so much people around, which didn't scare me, because London is also quite busy, and I am very much of a city girl, and I love that buzziness in the city, so it never puts me off. But if you manage to see through that layer, and especially in Tokyo, you realize something very interesting. People live an extremely busy life, yet they don't seem to stress the same way we are in Europe, which is impressive. I'm talking especially Tokyo, because this is the biggest city I went this time. I'm not talking about the countryside, because countryside is so different. The peace is intense, but the nervous system feels different. That really stayed with me, and continue thinking how they are managing, and also how do we live like this and still stay so composed. And this is something that it's a takeaway for me. I really learned. I am very much of a city girl, and I love the city vibration, but I don't want to stress out from it. And I think Tokyo had put in my mind that way of thinking, that you can live in a busy city yet not to stress yourself because you're in a busy city. Talking about the food in Japan, the food is incredible, truly. I am foodie, my husband is foodie, and for me, food is a very serious criteria when I travel. If the food is good, a huge box is already ticked. And Japan delivered completely. There was not even a single place that we went that we were disappointed of the food. The food was incredible. I've been told by so many of my clients that the food is incredible, and I can confirm that it is just insane. I love different cuisine. I love Italian food, I like Mediterranean food, I like Bulgarian food, Asian food. It's one of the best places I've ever been in terms of food. So, saying that, I will leave it there. This is not a cooking channel or food channel, but yeah, even if you go for the food, it just deserves. But beyond the food, what was fascinating me most was the routine. The respect for the body, the respect for the maintenance, the respect for cleanliness. For example, onsens that we went actually in every place we went to an onsen. Again, we've been recommended, you have to. The onsens are separated either male, female together, or only female, only male. And in fact, you go naked. You've been given a small towel that you can cover yourself. I've seen how the locals been doing it. It's very strange for us because we're not used to. In England, we don't have that. I know in some of the Northern European countries, that's a part of their culture. I've been to one place in Europe that there was separation of, like, there was a naked part and no naked part, so you still have the option. But it didn't feel strange to go there. I didn't felt vulnerable as well. So it's everything is so calm and well organized, so you don't feel like you're exposing yourself. That's one thing I want to say. And in every onsen I went to, I was reading about the water, the minerals, what each type of water benefits muscles, skin, circulation, joints. And I can tell that I came back so relaxed. And although we've been doing so many steps, walking around during the day, because each evening we were going to an onsen, I think that really helped me to really calm my body and really help me to recharge for the next day. So definitely recommending. Don't be shy, go to the onsens. If you're shy, go to the just female, just male, but don't skip on that, because this is incredible experience and you have to test it when you go there. It's just simply part of their life, to be honest. You can see them, especially Tokyo, super busy, and then in the evening time people are going to relax half an hour and they can move on. Taking care of your body and skin isn't a luxury there. This is what I've seen. It's a mindset. And you can feel that the moment you arrive and you check into your hotel. because the things you find in the hotels, no matter what star, no matter what rank this hotel is, it's different from what we see in Europe. Those type of care that you see in the hotels and the things you're left to use, only in a very, very high-end hotels you find in Europe. And we went to high to low in every single one. There was this like extremely good skin care, from oil makeup removal to lotion to serums to mask to hydrative cream, body cream, brush for the hair, everything. It is just a different level of care, and that's their mindset. So before I went to Japan, I did a lot of research. I screenshotted so many products weeks in advance for skincare, for hair care, body care, not only trends and hypes and things I've seen on TikTok or on Instagram, but things that made sense to me in terms of formulation, texture, philosophy. And here's the interesting part. Everything I screenshotted before the trip, I repurchased after. And I have them, some of them I have them here, the others I'm just too lazy to go and pick them up, but I'll insert the picture when I do the edit of this video. I'm telling you, every single thing, some of the products I bought there, every single thing I repurchased here, and here in London. And yes, we're very, very lucky living in London, because we can, if we like something when we're traveling, we can repurchase here. We have access to. I also tested some Korean stuff, so I repurchased some of them as well. They were just very popular in Japan, so I got them too. But for example, I know I am Bulgarian, and I know in Bulgaria, for example, you don't have this access to the things to repurchase. Again, when you come back from holiday, so you're just restricted. You take what you take, and then you need to go back again to buy the things that you like. But luckily in London, we have options. So I will start with the first thing I screenshotted here, and that was the sheet masks, and I'll show you now. So whichever platform you use, social media, if you type in what to buy from Japan, this is the first thing that's gonna come. They're super hydrative, they're extremely good, they don't make your skin greasy. Definitely buy a lot from them. You can get them as a present, you can get them instead of a souvenir. This is something special. I got these for me, for my sisters, for my mom, for the girls on the way back instead of souvenirs, and they're extremely good. I also purchased these Exosomes masks, and they're Japan production, but I also purchased some Korean Exosome masks. All of them absolutely amazing, 100% recommend. Go for it, you won't be disappointed. They're super hydrative. If you have, for example, irritation, not so much for the other mask, but this one, if you have some irritation, this one, it's really calming the skin because of the Exosomes. So 100% take a bunch of those. The other thing I have screenshotted, I was very curious to try, so it was this mask. It also has a different version, so I bought two of them, but I really like this one because it's an instant. There is a red version of it and this gold one. The gold one, they explained to me, it's just like an instant. You put it on, a minute later you can take it off. This mask, for me, how it works, I have very wavy, lightweight hair that I always have to style it when I wash my hair. I need to blow dry it, or I need to put a little bit of foam to make to enhance the curls. But with this one, my blow dry after, which I'm doing myself most of the time, it's just helping me to it takes less time. My ends are very smooth, they're not fluffy. We live in London, so it's very it's raining all the time. So this mask is really good for someone who has tested. I don't know if it's really good for every type of hair, but for me this mask works very good. So 100% you can try it. You can also purchase from Amazon. I'm buying it from Amazon. This is the third time I'm buying it. So I also screenshotted this eye cream, which I'm finding it super hydrative. I like it a bit more in the winter rather than in the summer. For the summer it just feels a little bit more heavier, but in the winter it works miracles. I have it even in the moment. This is the third one. I haven't repurchased this one, but I found on Amazon only because I bought few, so it lasts quite a long time, so I didn't have the need to repurchase it again. But this one it's also, you can find in London. And then I will include, by the way, in the description links if you're curious, if you follow my recommendations. So definitely I will include some links so you can find it easily and don't get confused if it's the right product. Also, this vitamin C, it's something I bought there. I bought few. I didn't have the need to repurchase them here because I bought few, and it's one thing that lasts quite a long time. Again, same as the under eye cream, but I found it on Amazon. And this one, it's a very, very light version vitamin C. It's not those type of vitamin C that makes your skin peels off. So I alternate, and maybe that's why it lasted a little bit longer, but I alternate the vitamin C because sometimes I like strong formulation where I can feel the peel off of the vitamin C working, and the great formulation for that is the PCA vitamin C and E. I love that product so much. But when I need a little bit lighter vitamin C, then I'll switch to that. So I actually alternate, because if I continue using the strong vitamin C and E from PCA, my skin it over dries a little bit, my skin, because it makes that light peel off. But my skin could then potentially, I can compromise my protective barrier of the skin. So that's why I like to alternate. So if you follow my recommendation, you can get them two, alternate them. It lasts forever, so you don't need to, if you get one of each, I'm pretty sure that will last you probably about 8 to 9 months. So worth buying them too. The other thing I bought from there, it was the vitamin C cleanser, facial cleanser. That is very good. I haven't repurchased for myself. I've actually repurchased for my husband because he loves that product, and I bought again from Amazon. It is very, very drying. For those of you who have a bit more oily skin, extra oil production, extra sebum production, definitely you'll love that product. But because my skin is not I only have oily nose, like an oily T section, so for me it's over drying the rest of it, and again this is compromising my protective barrier of the skin. So for me it doesn't work, but for my husband it works miracles, and he loves that product, and he's asking me to repurchase. This is second time, so this is the third bottle we have at home, so the second time I'm repurchasing it after our trip to Japan. And I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but these are the products that I wanted to try. I think I bought one toothpaste, but I don't remember if I liked it or not. I have a specific products that I'm loving for in terms of toothpaste. But definitely do your own research. If you want, you can get my recommendations, but if you are into skincare, definitely do your own research and buy things. You won't be disappointed. The feedback you get from social media, I don't think it is fake. It is actually quite relevant, so definitely you can trust. A few things about makeup, both for the children, and they loved it, so you can experiment with makeup. So that was I'll include a few of the things that I got, yeah, so I hope you liked my feedback on the products and what I have repurchased and I'm still using from my trip to Japan. I actually wanted to say that when you go to Japan, don't overpack with skincare products because you'll get everything in the hotels. And it's actually, I will include here one brand that I've tested in the hotels and it's really good. I'm not sure, I haven't done a research of what, if I can find it in London, but I'm pretty sure I can. It's amazing packaging. It's this blue color, and all of the products I've tested in the hotel, they were absolutely good. I had so many testers as well, so I've taken away and I've tried those. So definitely one thing to have a look and test if you are curious. This one, it's also all of these, all products from this brand actually very much reminds me of Shiseido, if I'm pronouncing it correct. It's a Japanese brand. When you go to the central London, you see a huge building, very nice burgundy color building, or at least it was burgundy when I went there. Yeah, it's all of, as I've been a fan of the brand years ago, I think a lot of them are based on rice, and they feel like this brand. So I think it's a very Japanese way of production. So try also this brand as well. And what this channel is really about, I wanted to explain here. In the clinic, the most common conversation we have are not actually about treatments. No, we do start with treatments and we talk about treatments and we discuss treatments options and clients, what treatments they'll benefit from, managing client expectation. But when the client one comes into the room and decide to do the treatment, we not always talk, like most of the time we actually stop talking about the treatment there, and we are becoming friends and we start talking to very personal things. We talk about skincare, health, longevity, sport, routines, sleep, productivity, relationships, parenting, and how we balance it all. And so I want this YouTube space to reflect on that. It's not just to talk about what I do in clinic, what treatments, how amazing I am, how professional I am, what knowledge I have about treatments, but about what we share as people. And I think it's the other 50% of why I love my profession is not only because of the love in the aesthetic, but also of the love of connecting with people and also connecting with the same mindset people as me. So sharing, I want to share this one in this YouTube space. Saying that, this morning actually I listened to a very interesting podcast of Emma Great, which I adore, plus together with Jay Shady. And that podcast, it's 13 minutes long, so it's not too long. Definitely recommending it to watch it. They were talking about, impressed me because they were talking about, and they say something that it's not revolutionary. You've heard it 1,000 times before, but because of how the things they explain, how they explain the things, for me it really made so much sense. They spoke about the non-negotiables for living a busy life while building career, building business, healthy family, healthy body, and healthy mindset. These are the main topics I think in every Londoner's brain. Woman, man, doesn't matter. And I want to share the things from my perspective here. The first thing Jay Shady told is take 3 deep breaths before you enter into the next meeting. And what he meant about entering into the next meeting is entering into your next work meeting, before you see your partner, before you enter a room with your children, before you walk in to see a client, like in my case. And not always that you need to take 3 deep breaths because something went wrong before, or something was too intensive, or the previous moment was unpleasant. But for me, this is about clearing your internal space before you show up for the next thing. And this thing I don't do, but I really want to try doing it, because it feels like it's such a small, simple thing, but I guess is really working extremely well. The second thing that they were talking about, it was to think like an athlete and reframe the gratitude. I love the way that they explain this topic, because for me, thinking as an athlete, it is so important. This part really stopped me in my track. They spoke about gratitude in a way that genuinely made me look at myself a bit different. Even in the moments when I've been really, really down and I've had a difficult years, like everyone, I've always been quite naturally optimistic. Not in a naive way, but in a very grounded way. And that's my personality. I tend to focus more on what I have managed to do rather than constantly punishing myself of what I haven't done yet, what I haven't achieved, what hasn't happened. And when they explained the gratitude, I suddenly realized it's not just a positive thinking. This is discipline. And they spoke about how gratitude only truly works when it's expressed, when it's specific and personal. And that really clicked for me, because even in the hardest moment, when you sit down and say, actually I managed this, I moved forward here, I survived that, it really shifts something in your mindset. And I think as women, we are programmed to think that we haven't given enough, we haven't achieved enough. We have to give a space to the person next to me to become someone. Quite punishing most of us ourselves, that we, for example, focus too much on our career, but we're missing out on our children. I recognize myself so much in that explanation, and even in difficult years, I've always been the kind of a person who thinks, whoa, remember when this was just a dream? Remember when we said one day? My husband and I often do this. We pause and remind ourselves of what once felt impossible and is now simply part of our life. And I realized something important. I actually need to give that gratitude a bit more often to me. And in December, because we had so much parties to attend with peers, with friends, with clients as well. And December normally is a time that we reflect on the whole year. And I think we should do that quite often, not in 12 months, but every 2 to 3 months. And really shake our hands and tell, do you know what? You actually have done really well this last couple of months. So I think that gratitude should be learned from all of us, or at least we have to try to implement in our lives, to be gratitude to what we have achieved. Not in a naive way to think like, I'm positive. It's just like, just give a credit of what you've done. That's it. And this is a topic that we have quite often in clinic with clients, so I wanted to bring it up here as well, because this way of thinking comes naturally to me. I've never consciously labeled it as a habit, but listening to this made me just see how powerful and healthy it actually is. Focusing on what you are building rather than constantly criticizing ourselves for what isn't there yet is not avoidance, it's resilience. So definitely it's one thing that I want to change my perspective and the way I understand gratitude. So I'll finish this topic here. There are other things that they discussed. Definitely recommending you watch that one, because it's very, very interesting, and I'm sure you can take away so many things from that just 13 minutes video. And I want to bring you with me. On tomorrow we are going to Paris for the biggest aesthetic exhibition in Europe, and one of the biggest in the world as well, IMCAS. And we're gonna combine as a business women, we're gonna combine this travel for work, but also we want to leave a space for enjoying ourselves. I've done this morning a list of the things that I want to do this time in Paris. We've been so many times, so we've done the museums and the sightseeing and all of this, but I definitely want to see a few other things that some of it, if you are interested, I'm very much interested lately into vintage flea markets. So I've done a list of the things that I want to see those days when I'm there. So if you are interested, I could make another video about it. And I'm definitely want to bring you with me on both our IMCAS exhibition time, and maybe you can find something that you learn from there. And also how we're managing work and pleasure at the same time for a very short time of 3 days. So if you can take something from there, please do. And I hope you enjoy it. Let me know for next time when we're traveling what will be interesting for you to see. It doesn't matter, like, we always combine work with pleasure, so it will be interesting to hear what is important to see from us. So leave a comment, we always read those. And yeah, so I'll see you in IMCAS.